Hi, I'm Vince, and this is MMU Education. Berberine is BS, and let me tell you why. All right, I know people love Berberine. There's plenty of you out there. They're like, oh, I love Berberine. It's so good. We got all of like our Berberine-aholics out there, and every owner of a supplement company is like, F you, man. Berberine's incredible. And listen, I own my own supplement company, and yes, I have Berberine in some of my products. So everyone can calm down. I still use Berberine. However, I've got to warn the public because Berberine is the same way of BCAAs. It's the same way of like powdered protein. It is getting over touted, and it's borderline unethical how Berberine is being publicized and how short-term research is touting Berberine. I now know after using Berberine for over 15 years what it's good for and what it's not. So let me set the record straight. Berberine is present in barks, leaves, stems of many different plants across the world. It's in berberine, goldenseal, again, many other plants such as that. It's a chemical in there. It's like a yellowish substance that has great medicinal benefit. Don't get me wrong. Just like other agents that you found, like BCAAs, for example, are good for muscle building. Protein supplementation is good for your muscle. All this is true, but the problem is when the hype train gets so big that it becomes unethical, and that's what's happened with Berberine. If someone has used Berberine for over 15 years, I can tell you that it is good and can help a little bit with cholesterol levels. It's really good for people with PCOS. It's great for people with diabetes, but it's been touted as this metformin alternative. Like you'll see quotes like this all the time, that it's as good as metformin and it can revolutionize PCOS, and all of that, I'm sorry, just isn't true. There's a lot of studies that will get funded, short-term studies like 8-week studies that get funded by supplement companies or other companies with a capitalist interest in an ingredient. And there have been many studies that come out. You can take a look at this meta-analysis here. It does a really good job at showing some of the benefits that do exist, how it's really good at helping desensitize lipid receptors inside the liver so you don't pump out as much LDL cholesterol. It also is good for reducing inflammation, so it can be good for pre-diabetic or diabetic, certainly. But then it gets extrapolated and then kind of enhanced, we'll say, to suggest that it will treat, PCOS as good as metformin, or it'll significantly reduce blood sugars. And unfortunately, I hate to tell you, team, that's just not true. If you love this content, please support the channel by liking and subscribing, and please hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we make a video drop. Berberine, although when it gets up to 500 milligrams, can be really good for yeast, can be really good for getting bad bacteria away from the gut. It's only really effective in about 8-week intervals. People that take Berberine for significant periods of time will get adapted to it, and it actually can cause dysbiosis inside the gut. In fact, I've seen people that use it way too long end up developing herbal resistant bacteria in the gut from overuse or long-term extended uses of Berberine. Berberine at high doses can cause die-off symptoms. So people will get upset stomachs, they can get nausea, diarrhea. However, in short-term doses, that can be really good for getting rid of bad bacteria, but people should be aware that if you get up to doses of 500 milligrams per serving, those things can happen. Now, once again, I do like Berberine short-term amounts. In fact, in small amounts combined with other agents, it's not bad to have. 100 milligrams in a product isn't a bad idea. But when you get up to 300 and 500, and to think that you should be taking it all the time is not a great idea. Your body will adapt to it. It can grow the wrong commensal bacteria inside the gut. We've seen constant problems from chronic Berberine use that I think the public needs to be aware of. This is an unpopular opinion because the capitalist holistic wheel has gotten behind Berberine, but I am not beholden to any one group. I'm about the truth. Berberine as a useful tool in 8 to 12 week stints a couple times a year would be great. But in terms of it being this revolutionary blood sugar product, I'm sorry, it's just not true. In 8 or 12 week studies, Berberine can look very effective, but it stops losing its effect usually right around 12 to 16 weeks. Ironic, right? Just past the view of the study. Berberine does not work anywhere close to metformin. So if people are recommending it because it's a replacement to metformin, that's not true. Berberine used with the Mediterranean diet used with other healthy diet strategies, can be a useful tool, but by no means can berberine replace a healthy diet. Berberine for me, while I use it, I am kind of done with it. I'm done with long-term, high-dose berberine uses outside short-term uses for UTIs, prediabetes, or diabetes, or other bacterial issues in the gut for 8 to 12-week stints, no more than once a year. Berberine has been over-promoted, over-touted. It does not work that well for glucose, and it can actually have negative effects used long-term. I hate to tell you, I'm a proponent of the truth, and I'm out on berberine. If you like this content, do me a favor, check out more videos from us, and you can do that like right around here or here. Check out the videos. Thanks.